Welcome. Thanks for joining me today. Today's tip is on stepping through from downward facing dog. So you've been practicing a little bit and you just find that leg, they tell you to step it forward and it just won't go between your hands. You're struggling and you want to know what's best for you. You want to keep up with the flow, but you're struggling so you get frustrated and you don't know what to do. You're in the right place. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you a few different tips here to do. Play with them, maybe pause along the way, play with it, see how it works for you, and do what's best for you as you start going. And the reason you might be struggling right now is one, you're new to it, you're not used to the movements. Maybe you have tight hips. Maybe you really truly are tight there. Maybe you have a large muscle mass here that's not allowing you to move forward. Also, another thing, you might have an injury that's happening, right? Or maybe you've had an injury like a hip replacement and that limits your movement. So you have limitations in your movement of your hip. So it's not a bad thing to modify. You want to do what's best for you always so you have the best practice possible for you. It's about your experience. Your teacher just guides you along the way, but you want to make sure you're taking care of yourself. So great for you of being here now to become more of a student of yoga and get to know your body. So you're going to definitely need 2 blocks. If you do not have blocks, invest in them, please. They're really, really great for your body. They're great for your practice. You can use them anytime. They're not that expensive. So we're going to be using the blocks. If you don't have the blocks today, maybe adjust with some books or stacks of books and see how that works out. So first one, we're just going to look from downward facing dog and try and step our foot forward and see what happens, right? So that's best case scenario. You're in downward facing dog, you've stretched out, and your instructor tells you to step forward. Usually it's either step straight forward or lift the leg. Couple key components here to make sure you remember is find a little bit of cat pose in your upper back. So we've all done cat pose, so you're trying to round through that back, so you're getting your belly out of the way, you're freeing more motion away from the floor with your hips. And then also keep those arms nice and straight to keep the hips high. A lot of times when people step forward, it tends to be they lift their leg and then as they come forward, they kind of let their hips drop. So there's really no space for that foot to step forward. So you want to keep those hips high. Third thing, keep the core tight. You want to keep engaging the core so that you can step up. You really have to contract that hip flexor muscle to get your foot to step forward. That front muscle in your thigh, you have to use that muscle and your lower abs to bring that foot forward. So move slowly with your breath and let's just see where you are right now. So come to downward facing dog. Pause there, take an exhale. And I like to inhale, lift your right leg. And then as you exhale, start to come forward. As you come forward, press the hands around the spine, drop chin to chest, and then step that foot forward. Maybe it only makes it halfway, right? So if it makes it only halfway or less than halfway, lean to your left foot, grab that right leg and step it forward, right? So just help it forward and then you can continue on with your flow from here. It might take you a breath, half a breath. Then you catch up, no problem, right? So then you're back to downward dog again. This time we'll do our left leg. So maybe you inhale, lift it up. And you exhale, maybe you just don't have enough strength to press and lift those hips. You can drop your back knee and then step that foot forward, step it forward, and straighten the back leg. So you have that. That might take you a breath and a half to catch back up, but not a problem again. So do what's best for you. So stepping it back. Another thing, maybe you can kind of step up, but you can't step straight up. Maybe your foot comes a little bit out to the side. So again, left leg I'm going to do, so I'm going to inhale, lift my left leg. As I exhale, I'm going to press my hands, keep my hips high, I'm going to lift my leg, but maybe I step it out to the side because I don't have enough space on the inside, my hips are really tight. Then once I get there, I'll walk that foot back in line, and I'm up here front, ready for stepping forward, coming into my flow. So that's an option as well. Again, it might take you a breath to catch up. Then stepping back again. Then maybe if there's just not enough space, right? Maybe you don't have the strength, maybe you don't have the clearance from the floor, you're still getting used to those movements. Maybe you're one of those people who has a really long torso, lucky you, but maybe shorter arms, so there's not enough space to step through either. Blocks are great for that. So you're going to take those blocks in that instant. So you've gone through, you're in your downward dog. And usually instructors will cue, at least I will, right? I would say exhale fully. As I say exhale fully, you would look to your blocks, Place the heels of your hands right on the edges of your block. Grip the block. Inhale, take that right leg up. Exhale, press forward, lift the hips, and step that foot forward. So now you've created clearance between your hips and the floor to allow yourself to step forward. So it gives you that freedom. It gives you that clearance to get yourself forward until you build that flexibility, or maybe you just stay here all the time. Not a problem. Over time though, you could drop the blocks if you're working on that flexibility. So you're breathing, exhale fully. That's when you would place your hands on the blocks as you exhale. And then your inhale lifts the leg. Exhale, shift it forward, pull the belly in, cat pose, step it forward. And then there you are. So that's where you would go. So giving all that in mind, practice a little bit. Rewind, pause, listen to the instructions, practice both sides, see what works. Maybe one side's a little bit more flexible than the other. Maybe you're even just dealing with an injury and you don't like stepping up and stepping back. You always have the option to stay standing. So usually, at the beginning of class, you would start with sun salutations, and you could even just stay standing at the top of your mat. And then as they're in downward facing dog, you can plant here, and you're just inhale, lengthening here, or maybe you're lengthening here. And they say exhale fully, you would fold. And as you inhale, whatever leg they say to lift is the leg that you would stay at the front. So if they said lift your right leg, you would lift your left leg back, and then exhale, step it down. And then from here, you would join your flow, right? Then they would go forward. As they step it back, you would shift forward, lift your leg, step it forward, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. While they're in downward dog, you're lengthening here. You could even work on some back strength here. And then as they say again, exhale fully, you fold. And then as they say inhale, probably left leg, you would lift your right leg up, so left leg would stay planted, and exhale, step it back. And then you continue on. So you always have options. Maybe your hips don't allow you to go to the floor, so you have that standing option. You can always do the standing poses. Then you have those options with your blocks that allow you more freedom, but always remember those three main things: cat pose in the upper back, keep your core engaged so you can lift those hips, and then use that leg muscle to step it forward. Most importantly, stay with your breath. Even if you're getting frustrated, just breathe. It's yoga. You're there, you made it to your mat. That's the most important part. So hopefully these tips have helped you. Hopefully you can practice them and gain more confidence, more strength and flexibility with these tips to help your practice. Thanks for joining me. Drink lots of water, eat your veggies, and wear some sunblock. We'll see you next time. Namaste.